You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got in your mind today, Jay Bird?
I've been wanting to see that Richard Jewell movie. You know, the one Clint Eastwood
I
did.
know, me too, yeah.
I watched it last night.
Oh, you did? Now, did you rent it or did you buy it? Because on my service, it was only available to buy.
It just came out to rent.
Good, okay.
Last week I was going to rent it, and it was $20. I'm like, no.
I was the same way, okay.
I did that with a movie before because I really wanted to see. I think it was Batman versus Superman. I'm like, I really want to see it. I don't want to wait, and I bought it and was not happy with it.
I never do that, so that's good to know.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Okay.
I just wonder if the movie is accurate. Historically, is that what really happened? Because if that's what really happened to Richard Jewell, my gosh, did that cat really get some undeserving hate from people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that story when that went on? Or were you too young for all that?
No, I vaguely remember it. I mean, it's been a while. It was the mid-'90s. I think 1996 it was going on. And I was a young dude. I was in my early 20s then. And so, I handled the news the way a lot of people do. I'm like, he's guilty. And then, just kind of moved on about it. But, I didn't get really... It's what happens, too, where you throw shade at somebody early and people only remember the accusations, not the exoneration. And I don't really remember a lot of talk about his exoneration that he didn't do it. I just remember, he had something to do with that, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I believe they've proven that he saved lives he noticed this crazy bag, Virginia, that nobody noticed. Like, this thing is so suspicious, we got to call it in, because they made him out to be like a wannabe cop.
Right.
He was a security guard.
Paul Blart.
Kind of like that, always looking to...
But if you're a security guard, you are a wannabe cop, and it is your job to notice a bag that looks suspicious. Why did they come down on him for just doing his job?
Well, because he had a history of being one of those people that overly investigate stuff. And, hey, what are you guys doing? He kind of had that reputation of overdoing it a bit.
He got it right for once.
He definitely got it right.
I wouldn't doubt that they needed, and I don't know if this is in the movie, but I wouldn't doubt that they needed to pin it on somebody quickly to calm the fears, because it was tied in with the Olympics, wasn't it?
Yes,
Right.
it
Happening in
was.
Atlanta. And so you think about that, and what are they going to want to do? They want to find the person responsible quickly, rather than saying, we have a bomber out there and we have no idea who it is. Because that will shoo people away, because they're like going, okay, but when you can pin it on somebody, be like, okay, they caught the guy, we're good.
And I don't know if you guys do you like it when an actor completely nails it being a jerk? Because John Hamm knows how to play the best jerk.
Yeah.
He might be the best jerky actor. He does it so well.
There are a couple people that are out there, and there always have been throughout, TV and film, but there are a few people out there that and I almost feel for them because they do it so well. And they always play the role that if you ever saw them in public, you're going, you're such a jerk. And you'd be like, look, I'm playing a role, man.
Well, remember the teacher from The Breakfast Club? 2 months, Bender. 2 months, you're mine. That guy always played a jerk.
Yeah, he was a heel.
There's no way that guy could have
Film
been
heels, yeah.
nice in his real life, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask the great people out there who's been quarantined, that's watching movies, let me know what movies are out there that's based on a true story that's good.
Okay.
Because I saw the hotel was it Hotel Bombay, which is about some bombing out the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
That was intense. That was very, very good, but very intense. But I like those movies based on real life that's got, some grit to it.
I did too. I just, over the weekend, I watched Harriet. I believe is the name of the movie, and it has to do with
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman, yeah,
Okay.
where she was had the Underground Railroad,
Sure,
and going back and freeing slaves in the Civil War
That's
era.
cool.
Was it good?
I liked it. I thought it was very good.
And you said you saw the Mr. Rogers one. That was legit.
I love that movie. That is in my top 5 Tom Hanks movies of all times now.
Is it based on history?
It is, actually. It's based very much in fact. And it's about the guy that wrote a really awesome piece on Mr. Rogers and how their lives became intertwined. And it was a very cynical guy that was an author. And then he met Mr. Rogers and really got immersed into Mr. Rogers' life, and kind of it changed him because Mr. Rogers was such a positive, powerful force. It's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
All right, well, send me the suggestions of movies based on reality.
And
history.
Ford versus Ferrari. I had just watched that over the weekend, too.
Okay.
And that was good. That was a very solid movie, and I'm glad I watched it.
The Dolomite one's based on a true story, and that's a fantastic
Saw that one
movie.
not too long ago, too. That was really good. That's on Netflix with Eddie Murphy.
We were talking yesterday, too, when you find out about... Because I was pretty young when the Richard Jewell thing hit. I was a teenager. I didn't care about the news. But going back, watching the movie, and then looking at all the old news footage, it's so cool to do.
And I recently watched Godzilla, also based on a true story.
I don't think that one is, Kev.
No, I don't know. Check your facts.
I hope not. I don't want to turn on the news.
Yeah.
See Godzilla's a Roman.
It's stressing us out enough.
How do we bump coronavirus off the news?
I mean, if
Godzilla!
we have a giant lizard running amok, I think I'm going to the woods.
At that point.
Oh, lizards love the woods.
But that'd be the twist. Coronavirus takes out Godzilla.
Oh, man.
That'd be crazy, right?
It would.
At this point in the world, who knows? What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, today is my mother-in-law's birthday, Panda's mom.
Oh.
Yeah, so happy birthday to her. But, I want to use this moment as a public service. Don't go around people that are 60 plus right now if you're a younger person, because even if it's their birthday, even if it's their anniversary, even if it's a special occasion, now's not the time to celebrate with people that are at risk if you yourself are a young person still out there living your life. Because you don't want to pass this to the elderly or people with pre-existing conditions, because it could kill them.
For example, if my dad came down to visit me in Texas, we probably shouldn't see each other, right?
Exactly. You should distance yourself right now, only for a little while, from anybody who is over the age of 60 or has pre-existing conditions, not for your benefit, but for their benefit, because you don't want to get them sick. You could be carrying it and be asymptomatic.
Here's an idea of what to do. In fact, this is a lovely story. Even if Mama is having her birthday, you can find another workaround. In fact, there was a bunch of neighbors. There's this woman, she was turning 80, and they wanted to acknowledge her birthday because you only turn 80 once. And so what they did, this woman in Spain who was turning 80, her neighbors surprised her by singing happy birthday from their windows and balconies.
Aww.
I mean, these people in Europe are using their balconies so efficiently.
They are.
Yeah.
Vamos, asómate. Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños feliz. Te deseamos todos.
And see, it doesn't even have to be good. It's the thought that counts, Virginia.
It truly is the thought that counts.
I got a balcony. We should start using that for something. I got a balcony and plenty of time. You just tell me what you want, Coach.
Okay. It can go many different ways.
We can go many different ways.
It can go many different ways. Yeah, I wanted to also give you a heads up here because a lot of people are probably not thinking about this. Obviously, your minds are on other things. But the American Red Cross is facing a possible severe blood shortage. And they're saying, just to let you know, that with a lot of people self-quarantining as they should, the blood donations are going down. According to the Red Cross, close to 2,700 of their blood drives have been canceled.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that is about 86,000 fewer donations the Red Cross is getting, and they always need that constant flow of blood going on. They say the result leaves many hospitals short to cover patients' needs. Some only have a 2 to 3 day supply of blood right now.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing how much if you just go, one person donates blood, it's amazing what one person can do for the whole thing.
Yeah, and they can do this obviously so that you're not going to be in any kind of harm's way as far as contracting a disease. What you can do is call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or you can even get the Red Cross blood donor app that you can put on your phone, and you can do it that way, or you can go to redcrossblood.org.
The donor app, a needle comes out of your phone. No, I'm just kidding.
It'd be amazing if we got that efficient, huh?
Oh, I think we're heading to that kind of
The
place.
Needle app.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, pretty amazing. So just kind of giving you a heads up that that is definitely something to keep in mind. Coming up here in just a couple minutes, if the kids are home and you feel like they're just not getting any kind of education whatsoever, we've got something fun that we're going to be doing with McDonald's to kind of get the kids back into the mode of reading. We'll tell you about it coming up next.
From the WRMF Freeman Injury Law Traffic Center.
Car accident? Before you call the insurance company, know your legal rights. Call Freeman Injury Law. 800-561-7777.
800-561-7777. This report brought to you by offleaseonly.com. Need a used car, truck, SUV, or van? Shop more than 5,000 low-mileage 2016 through 2020 vehicles in stock and save thousands at offleaseonly.com. Financing available. Trade-ins are wanted. Schedule your test drive now. offleaseonly.com. Some power lines down to watch out for on 10th Avenue North at South Military Trail, and a disabled vehicle was just moved off to the shoulder on the Turnpike northbound at Becker Road. Keep an eye out for that. This report brought to you by Lindstrom Air Conditioning and Plumbing. I'm Suits, 979 WRMF.
Air conditioner not cooling like it should? Call Lindstrom Air for a free air conditioning service call when we make the repair. License CFC 1427611.
I love those guys.
Mom, I don't feel so good.
Oh, you feel warm. It's time to see the doctor.
But I don't want to go to the doctor's office. All those people spreading germs.
Don't worry. I got that Baptist Health Care on Demand app my friend used. Now we can actually see a doctor on my phone from home.
So I don't have to get out of bed to see the doctor?
Nope.
That's awesome.
Use the Baptist Health Care on Demand app to see a doctor online before going anywhere else. Use code CARE19 for a free visit.
$5 doesn't go as far as it used to, but it certainly goes a long way on Tri-Rail. Ride the train all day, every weekend for just $5. From Miami to Palm Beach with 18 stations from end to end. That's right, it's just $5 round trip every weekend to get to the best that South Florida has to offer. Art, music, sports events, dining, shopping, hotspots, and more. It'll be the best $5 you spend. And with a monthly pass, you can ride every day for just $5. It's the real deal. Learn how to ride the rails at 1-800-TRI-RAIL or visit TriRail.com.
Call your legal team at Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
South Florida weather is 15 seconds away from the H. Gregg West Palm Beach Weather Center.
Need a car? H. Gregg of West Palm Beach has what you're looking for. Pre-owned Nissan, just $8,000. BMW, just $18,000. We'll pay thousands above market value for your trade-in. H. Gregg of West Palm Beach. Car buying redefined.
This morning here in South Florida, some patchy dense fog and a few coastal showers are possible. Temperatures are much cooler inland than along the coast. This afternoon, partly to mostly sunny with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s and breezy southeasterly winds. A coastal shower is possible, but rain chances are very low. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Glenn Glazer on 97.9 WRMF.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For a limited time only, save 40% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Quick Hit Weather is brought to you by newsouthwindows.com.
What's hot now on the KVJ Show?
Just want to let you know that if you are going to be spending a lot of time at home, you can still take in the KVJ Show. Your smart speakers has got us when you just talk to it and say play 97.9 WRMF. You can also stream us on the 97.9 WRMF app. It is free. We're on iHeartRadio as well. Spotify is another place you can get the KVJ Show, making it easy. And also, don't forget about YouTube. Everything that we do pretty much now is on YouTube. You can watch us live. You can watch us on demand. Even the After the Show podcast is on there every single day. So make sure you stay plugged in with the KVJ Show.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at KVJShow.com.
Talking about some good movies to watch. I know a lot of people are looking for things. This is a good time. If one of the odd positives of the self-quarantining with the coronavirus is people catching up with things that they've wanted to see. I know I've watched a ton of movies here lately. Jaybird was just talking about the one that they did on Richard Jewell, and that's the name of it. I can't wait to watch that. They just now made it so you can rent it, not have to buy it.
Yeah, don't buy it because it'd be $21, Virginia.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you own the Richard Jewell movie. When are you going to watch that twice?
That's just it. Most movies I only watch once. So
I mean,
I'm not spending $20 to watch a movie.
It was a great flick, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's not a second. It's not one of those ones you watch twice.
I watched Harriet recently, Ford versus Ferrari. And somebody said, too, the movie Blackwater that I watched, I think, last weekend. and it has to do with a cover-up. In fact, it's from my area. You know, I grew up kind of like real close to the Ohio River, and my grandma Beulah, she was just on the other side. And DuPont, it was about how they were really kind of like poisoning the water and how people around there, like they had black teeth. So when you see West Virginians with black teeth, maybe it's DuPont's fault, not their own. So it was really kind of interesting, the cover-up that was happening and what they're doing. It had to do with Teflon and the chemicals that were getting in the water there. And there is a lot of that. I told you, like my grandma just was half a mile down from a big power plant that was there. And so that whole area, it might explain why I got a tick or two. So
why you have BDI?
Yeah, I think it's what I'm going to sue DuPont. I'm going to get in on this. But it was a really good cast and a very interesting movie, again, based off of a true story. Some other people were saying Spotlight. It won the Academy Award for Best Picture 2015, along with Best Original Screenplay.
All right.
Yeah, Jaybird, watch Fighting with the Family. It's a wrestling movie and based on a true story.
Ooh, okay. That's just my game.
And somebody else is giving a thumbs up to The Mule. They said that is something worth checking out. So some interesting stuff that we got going on there. One thing that we're going to be doing, too, is if you are looking to try to get some food and things like that, there are a lot of great restaurants that are still doing the carry out, and they're doing it in a very effective way. The food delivery is good. I know Uber Eats was talking about doing some free delivery, and they're hitting us up from Delivery Dudes, and they were eliminating the need to interact with the driver's mobile device and the driver themselves upon request. So they're doing it in a way that if you're freaked out about contracting the coronavirus, a lot of these delivery services and the curbside stuff is doing it in a way that they've even got somebody out front, like a Bolay is doing stuff where they got somebody out front just, you know, like kind of laying your food down. They can do the exchange without any kind of like human interaction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I did delivery, I don't think, for the first time ever, I don't think there was a fee. I was wondering why it was a little bit cheaper this time. I'm like, they dropped my fee, my service fee.
Okay, yeah.
I think what they're hoping is that you can make that up in tips for them.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. 2J's also is still doing food, and there's a whole list of restaurants that we have if you go to the KVJ Show Facebook page.
Ooh, I could go for some coleslaw from 2J's.
I bet, right?
Potato knish.
Yeah. So there you go. So keep making sure you're supporting the local restaurants and businesses and things like that. You know, to me, I would just say for a lot of this stuff that we're going through, and we're getting emails, I hate to see this kind of stuff. You know, we're getting emails from listeners that are getting laid off and things like that, saying, I'm really worried, I'm freaked out. You know, what am I going to do here? I'm really hoping that a lot of people, businesses, landlords, credit card companies are going to say, you know what, we get it. Your life was put on pause. We're going to put a pause on when we expect you to pay and give you time to get back on your feet. I think there's a great awareness of what is going on with that. And I know the government is trying to do some stuff. Hopefully it's going to be very effective for the common person, and you're going to see this, but I know that they've got a new multi-billion-dollar emergency coronavirus relief bill. It's $105 billion, and it's doing all these safety net programs, and I hope that trickles down to all the people we're seeing that we're getting emails from. So if that is one of your biggest concerns, is just how am I going to make ends meet?
Well, you hope it goes to people who need it the most first, obviously.
Absolutely,
Or
yeah.
just who need it the most.
Well,
Sure.
You know, to me, if a lot of these businesses, companies, landlords, whatever, would just suspend a bit, you know, so that you don't have to worry about your bills. You can say, okay, I can worry about staying healthy and not spreading this disease. And then when we get through this part of it, then we can worry about, you know, getting back to the financial aspects.
Me and Virginia were going through a list of people who we're not going to be paying.
Yes. I went down the list and I'm like, okay, I'm going to cut this person, this person, this person.
Well, I think you kind of have to do that. You're going to look at your list and go, yeah, I don't know if Sally Mae is getting my money this
We got to tighten up.
I don't know if student loans are getting my money this year.
That's just it. And hopefully they'll be cool and be like, all right, we get it. You know?
Yeah, student loan people are usually really cool.
I know, they're not. That's why we're asking them to go out of their way to do something you've never done before.
You've never been cool.
Ever.
Now is the time.
Please be cool now.
Please be cool. And it's really kind of cool to see what some local restaurants are doing. I see some places that are paying their people. Sometimes they do even have to lay them off, but say, hey, we're going to find a way to pay you and to try to help you out. And that's why we're encouraging everybody that can, go out and get to these area restaurants and really kind of support people. It's really kind of cool to see some of the stuff that is happening even here locally. Burger King is kind of stepping up. They're going to be giving away free kids meals, 2 per parent, to make sure that kids have something to eat. So I'm not sure if they've started yet, but you're going to be able to order online or through their app. They're also going to be doing free delivery. So that's one of the places that is going to be stepping up and helping. And I thought this was cool, too. The Miami Heat and American Airlines Arena have announced that they're going to be providing disaster relief assistance to team and arena part-time employees because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And Mickey Arison, he and his wife Madeline, they've got a family foundation. They're going to be donating an additional $1 million to assist with needs as they arise in the coming months.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think that's all really cool stuff. That's what it is. People just need a little bit of assurance. They need a little bit of comfort going on right now.
A little bit of hope.
Yeah. Little bit of hope is pretty much what people are looking for here today.
They want to hear things like, we think the dirt of the day has been canceled.
Yeah.
They want some hope.
We got Ricky Wade on here. Ricky has a ton of McDonald's locations all the way from Boca Raton to Fort Pierce in between, and I had a couple questions for him. Hello, Ricky.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. One question that I'd had, because yesterday on the After the Show podcast, somebody had brought to our attention that if you see a truck driver that is going into a restaurant like a McDonald's and they're walking away from the door, offer to go through the drive-thru for them to get their food. And I was just kind of curious, how are you doing it at all your McDonald's restaurants from Boca to Fort Pierce? Can people go into the dining area if a truck driver came up? Is there a way for him to get food? What is the situation happening right now at your McDonald's?
So I can tell you what we're doing, and this is pretty much throughout. There's a blanket rule that, if the dining rooms are open, it's only for takeout, and in some cases, the dining rooms are closed, depending upon exactly what the municipalities or the counties or the states has executive orders for. But all the drive-thrus are open, and there's takeout. What we're trying to do is to absolutely encourage, because we take safety first for our employees and our customers. We're trying to encourage folks to use the mobile order and pay app and to use Uber Eats and DoorDash, because if you can't leave or you feel like you don't want to leave because you want to protect yourself, you can order, it can come to you. So we have taken additional steps. If someone comes into our dining rooms for takeout, our dining rooms are absolutely sanitary. We have made it as safe as we can, and we will always make sure it's provided in that manner. But, we want to make sure we stay open, because we actually feed over a tenth of the customers across the entire U.S.
Wow.
As a system, yes. So, we understand the challenge. We understand the fear of the uncertainty. Because, we hear from our staff, and the good news is by us staying open, we're able to still allow our employees to make money to survive.
Yeah, good.
To pay their bills and to put food on their tables. And we're also there for the consumer that, wants to get a bite and wants to get a quick bite. And, we've been around for 65 years, and guess what?
Mm-hmm.
We've been through challenges before. We've been through, challenging times, and, we'll get through this one, but we got to get through this one together. And so that's the message I want to send to everyone, my fellow franchisees and corporate stores.
Okay.
We are all here for the communities, okay?
All right. Ricky, we appreciate you that. Now, yesterday I talked to you on the phone, and I just want to make sure you're still okay. We were talking about bringing back the KVJ reading on the radio. You're still okay with kicking out some McDonald's gift certificates for this?
Well, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I figured that's one of the prizes that we could actually do here is McDonald's gift certificates. We used to do this program with local schools where we would have a video and you would watch the video in schools, and then the next day we'd ask a question on the radio, and the first person through that had watched that video with the correct answer got a prize.
Yeah, it was the same kids from the same school, I remember.
Yeah, they were all over
dominated.
Yeah, so what we're doing now is we're taking the video. If you're having a hard time getting your kid to do anything scholastic, you can plop them in front of the KVJ Show YouTube channel, and Dennys has already posted posted the first Reading on the Radio video. So it's one member of the KVJ Show reading a story for your kid. It's a short story. Age groups are probably around the 5-6 year, 7-year-old age group, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
So somewhere around there, if you got a kid that age, you can put this video on today, have them watch that, and this time tomorrow, we're going to ask a question from that story we're posting today. And Ricky Wade and his McDonald's, we're going to be hooking you up with some McDonald's gift certificates. So, Ricky, thank you for that, for staying open and doing what you're doing for the community, buddy.
Listen, man, we appreciate you, and keep promoting reading, because that's what's going to make these kids for tomorrow be so intelligent and our future leaders. So that's a good thing.
Very nice. All right. Well, thank you so much. So there you go. So McDonald's gift certificates, and I know every kid I've ever met around that age group loves McDonald's. That is the biggest treat you could give somebody.
I wish he was still on the horn. I wanted to ask him a couple questions about the Big Mac sauce, but I wasn't sure if it was the right time.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the right time.
It might be.
It's always the right time to get the secrets, Jay Bird. Ask him.
Sir, I just have a quick question, because there's been some talk, there's been some rumors. Are we ever going to see a day where we see the Big Mac sauce available outside of McDonald's, maybe in a store somewhere? And a follow-up question to that question, if someone goes through a drive-thru and asks for extra Big Mac sauce on the side, can they get that, or will they be shut down?
So let me share this with you. If you want extra Big Mac sauce, we can give it to you. I cannot talk and speak intelligently to if we're going to be selling Mac sauce in retail stores, because that's not my decision. So I can tell if you come in my restaurants, you want extra Big Mac sauce, you can get it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And I apologize for putting you on the spot. I have to ask the tough questions.
Yeah, that was the hard-hitting stuff. Yeah.
Listen, this is the first time I've been put on the spot, so you know what I'm saying? Bring it on.
All right, got it. Thank you very much, Ricky. All right, coming up. Yeah.
You're just like George Stephanopoulos. You hold their feet to the fire.
He is.
Look at you.
I don't know. I'm kind of riding high on this whole snack it thing.
What do you write for, like Fast Food Times?
Oh, I love it.
Well, some good news here. Somebody had texted in. Jay Bird was just asking Ricky Wade with McDonald's restaurants here in South Florida about getting some Big Mac sauce in the stores, and somebody texted and said you can actually buy the Big Mac sauce on Amazon.
Yeah, but is it the legit Big Mac sauce, or is it something what TGI Fridays does? Oh, we're selling TGI Friday potato skins in the store, but they don't taste like TGI Friday potato skins, Virginia.
It's a different company that manufactures from the product in TGI to the product in your grocer's freezer.
I've seen it happen several times.
I mean, you would think, though, if they have it on a shelf in a store with a McDonald's logo on it, it would be legit.
I'll tell you who does it. Taco Bell does their sauces. They do their mild and they're hot. And I didn't know they did that. I bought so much. People are hoarding toilet paper. I'm hoarding mild sauce.
That's what you're taking in, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, they kind of went through, with people hoarding and grabbing things. I saw a video of a line at a Costco. I'm not even kidding you. It was probably about a mile long. The guy just kept walking. Did you see that where the guy just kept going and going and going? There's people standing in line with carts, and it just was...
Was that in Gardens? Because I
don't think it was. I think it might have been California, possibly.
Okay, I'm getting all kind of confused with these videos. I thought this girl I know is posting this line. I'm thinking, is she at Costco right now? Maybe it was the California video.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that's creating a lot of confusion. But to let people know that there pretty much is going to be all the supplies that you need. I'm not really seeing any kind of issues. In fact, supply chain experts are saying that we're going to be totally fine on food supplies and toilet paper. Yes, we actually have lots of toilet paper. And they say what they expect now is they're going to get the toilet paper in stores, but people have bought so much, you're going to see toilet paper sitting in the aisles because they are thinking that people are still going to be buying to that level, and people have enough toilet paper for 10 years, and they're not going to need to buy it. And so now we're going to have a max surplus of toilet paper.
To go back to your Costco story, is there anything in that article that have they softened their ban on people who are not members? That can they get the hot dogs now or no? Or is it still just Costco members? Do you have that in your story?
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, I will do the work.
Yes, you're going to have to look that up yourself, my friend. I don't have that. Yeah, they say that some brands, may have up and down stock levels, but they say the U.S. has got more than enough of everything to avoid shortages. So if you have any kind of anxiety whatsoever of you not being able to get your milk, bread, cheese, whatever you think is essential in your life, beer.
Cheese and bread, yes.
Yeah, don't worry. You're going to be fine on that. There were some items that there is definitely a surplus of. It's kind of funny because people are taking photos of just what is out and what's not, and a lot of it's illogical. where somebody had sent us that they had no TP at Publix, but they had plenty of soap, and they're telling everybody to wash their hands.
Yeah, they had plenty of soap at Walmart, but they were completely out of black beans. I go, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, it's kind of odd. The surplus levels are a little off. There will be stuff, but it is kind of weird right now.
What are my black beans, Virginia?
Well, if you're in the aisle and you see somebody grabbing a bunch of black beans, you're like, I gotta grab black beans. Even if you don't like black beans, you're like, I gotta grab black beans. They're grabbing 10. I need to grab 10 black beans.
It's been terrible because the Mexican queen has been, I don't know why, she feels like she needs to buy like hurricane rations for whatever reason during this coronavirus thing. So she's been loading up on black beans, and she has had the worst gas for the last week. And I'm like, if we're going into hardcore quarantine here soon, we cannot do this. We've got to shake up the orders.
That's the opposite of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to protect people when we're quarantined.
No, it's just,
Oh,
so
wow. You've got your own struggle.
I've got a possibly like really dark time going on if we have to get closer.
I might have to submit this to the news. They might have to. This is a
Please,
story people are talking about.
Please, if we could have a shortage of anything, can we make it black beans?
People are getting farted out of their own homes.
It's terrible. It's just been terrible. People have been taking photos of the things that have plenty of surplus out there. Frozen pizzas with pineapple. Nobody's touching those.
Aww.
Frozen pizzas in general, I've noticed, are not taking a hard hit.
Yeah.
They're still available.
Say they're doing fine. You want a cauliflower or broccoli crust? No problem. You got that. Baby Shark cereal going untouched. Unsalted potato chips.
Who wants that?
Yeah, who is buying unsalted potato chips?
It's terrible.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, and of course, Corona beer is doing all right too. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter Magnolia, before I made her quit, she was at Publix and she's like, Mom, it's weird. A lot of people that aren't afraid of the virus and they're kind of just like puffy chest walking around like, Corona what? They're buying Corona beer. So where I
to really prove their point.
Exactly.
Funny.
I thought there was going to be like, oh my gosh, it's a terrible time to be Corona beer because people aren't going to buy it. They're going to be scared. There's a certain segment of the population that's having the opposite reaction to Corona beer. They're buying more of it.
Did you guys see that clip that's been going around of the spring breakers in Florida? How the news people interviewed them and they could not give a crap about the Corona.
Yeah.
And it was firing everybody up.
Yeah, a lot of them, I was reading a story on it. Now, a lot of them are from out of state, and they were talking to some kids from Iowa, another group of kids from New Hampshire. I think they'd driven 25 hours, and they got to town just as they were kicking everybody off of Fort Lauderdale Beach. And like, oh, man, bummer. But they're like, we're young, and we're going to go out and have fun, and we don't care because, we just drove 25 hours.
If I get Corona, I get Corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying. We've been waiting for Miami spring break for a while. About 2 months we've had this trip planned. 2-3 months. So we're just out here having a good time. Whatever happens, happens. With the bars being closed, we'll find alternatives. Unfortunately, it does suck.
It's really messing up with my spring break.
This virus ain't that serious. It's more serious things out there like hunger and poverty, and we need to address that.
Okay, yes.
People were not happy with them.
Now, all these kids are going to go back home after spring break because the dorms are going to be shut down. All their colleges shut down. They're going to go back home to their parents who might be in their 50s and 60s and bring whatever funk they picked up back to their parents.
That first guy in that montage right there, he has the most douchiest voice.
Voice.
Yeah, listen to his bra
They
voice.
had that guy on every single evening news last night. That clip played on ABC, NBC.
He's so bra.
Yeah.
If I get Corona, I get Corona.
Oh, gosh, so annoying. Oh, man.
You don't want to wish Corona on anybody, but...
Yeah. Well, the White House is ordering young Americans to stay out of the bars, and Governor Ron DeSantis here in Florida issued an executive order a couple days ago closing all bars and nightclubs for 30 days. So that is going to wipe out spring break time for a lot of kids.
Okay, so what if you're a bar/restaurant? Do you have to close down too?
No, the closure of restaurants is going to be determined by cities.
Got ya.
Yeah, so they're setting their own hours and doing their own thing. So it's a little bit different. The beaches, though, that's going to be interesting because some are not. Last I'd heard, DeSantis is refusing to close the beaches, but there have been a lot of cities that have stepped up and have closed their beaches, from Boca Raton, Deerfield, Pompano, Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Dania Beach, Hollandale Beach. They're closed.
Palm Beach.
Are they closed now, too?
Yeah, Palm Beach is saying, we don't want you.
Okay. Miami Beach is really, right now, it looked like it was just in effect through at least March 19th, which is today. So I don't know if they'll be open up for the weekend. And Fort Lauderdale's beach is remaining closed through April 12th. So there's some difference on that. And I don't know if you saw, too, even if you want to go to the malls, a lot of malls are closing now.
Have you guys been to a grocery store in the last, I would say, 48 to 24 hours? Because I went over the weekend, and it was busy, but it wasn't all these lines everybody is talking about. So if I was to go to Publix today just to get a few items, is it going to be madness, or do you think that's just some of the stuff we're seeing on social media?
I think there's stuff that's going to be out, but there's stuff that you're going to find that you want and need. And I think it's not craziness. And as long as we keep smiling at each other and remembering that these, people that are in the grocery store are putting themselves on the front lines to keep the store shelves stocked for you. I think everything's going to be cool.
If I'm in the grocery store and I got me some Uncrustables, I will be smiling.
Yeah, just when you're going through the store, I know you're panicked, but give these people a little smile and say thank you, because they really are stocking the shelves for you on the front lines of this whole thing.
They are. And also, too, just a shout out to the medical community. Like, you're telling me your sister, who's a nurse, they are on the front lines. They're human beings, too.
My poor sister, she had her worst day yesterday and spent like 30 minutes just ugly crying in the shower.
Well, shout out to the medical community.
Yeah, you guys are seeing it, and it's some scary stuff that she told me. You do not want to catch this, guys. You really don't.
The weird thing about this is it seems like the Costco's are getting the lines. I went to Publix on Sunday. I had to buy a jar of olives for my Bloody Marys, and it was absolutely fine. I went right in, got my jar, and I walked right out. It was no problem. I did pay. And I didn't have any problem at Publix, but somebody sent a photo of a line at the Costco on North Lake, and they say, well, it might not be a mile long. It was all the way back to the old Sports Authority.
Yeah, I don't think I would go to Costco right now. Like, I know you want to buy in bulk, but you can save yourself hours by just going into Publix. I popped in there for 30 seconds yesterday, grabbed a few things, and ran out. I didn't even get a cart. I just held my stuff. I was in and out in literally 5 minutes, grabbed everything I needed, and no line, no problem, no drama, no nothing. Like, why would you stand in a line for an hour?
You talk of olives, and it's a weird thing. This quarantine, this whole thing, learning some stuff about yourself. I hate olives, but really love olive oil. Really ended up started cooking with it. Just kind of dipping it and eating. I'm a big fan of olive oil. Smells nice when you cook it.
It's great to cook with. You just can't cook it at too high of a heat.
I've learned.
Be careful, because you can burn your olive oil. You got to cook it at a lower heat than you would some of your other oils.
Yeah, I'm not good with not having stuff stick to the pan. I'm still working through all that.
Lower heat is your friend when you're first starting out.
I love going high in the heat, baby. I like to get it hot quick.
Once you get right at it.
I do. I want to eat right away.
You need to have some patience.
I had burnt noodles. How do you do that?
Mall closings you're looking at: the Gardens Mall, Palm Beach Outlets, Town Center Mall in Boca, Sawgrass Mills, the Galleria at Fort Lauderdale, Aventura, and Dadelands malls are temporarily closing, many until March 29th. So if you're going out doing that, that's some of the stuff that is closing down. We have got our March Fatness snack bracket. Round 2 is posted. If you go to kvjshow.com, you can start voting, and coming up after the dirt, we'll let you know what matchups we got in that round 2.
Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in your Dirt of the Day, we will hear from Kevin Bacon. He's doing the 6 degrees thing, but he's doing it quarantine style. Kevin Bacon coming up in your Dirt.
Entertainment updates 5 minutes after every hour from the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in just a second, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but quarantine style. Kevin Bacon is going to maybe show us a different way to play the game with our new times that we're facing. Before we get into that, the WWE, I don't know if you realized, I know I told you about how they're changing up WrestleMania. Instead of being a live event with a bunch of fans, now it's going to be a closed set. And it's going to be April 4th and 5th. And they just signed Rob Gronkowski to hold the whole thing. He's going to be hosting it and doing all the interviews. And
the Gronk's going to be WWE.
The Gronk is WWE.
I would be so impressed, Virginia, if you could tell me the moment that WWE WrestleMania, when it really got on the map. There was a moment that really put this thing on the map. What was it? You know it. You know it, brother.
It's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. And what did he do, brother? He lifted the
Iron Sheik?
No! Andre the Giant, 500 pounds, brother! That's why he's got back problems!
Yeah.
And he won the belt, he passed the torch.
Sorry.
Dang it, Virginia.
I tried.
You did try.
WrestleMania will be happening still, but just not in front of a crowd. And it will be hosted by Rob Gronkowski. So if you're a fan, mark it down April 4th and 5th. In other news, it looks like that Friends reunion that so many people were excited about on HBO Max is now another one of the casualties of the coronavirus. The special was supposed to be filmed next week, but that has been postponed. Filming now, they say, will be delayed till at least May, possibly longer. So you're not going to get that Friends reunion.
Finally, the news is just unbearable, Virginia.
Finally, the news is good. Not a Friends fan. I don't know. I don't get it. Kevin Bacon is doing 6 Degrees, but quarantine style. We like Kevin Bacon, right?
I love Kevin Bacon.
Here he is.
Hi, folks. You know me, right? I'm technically only 6 degrees away from you. Right now, like people around the world, I'm staying home because it saves lives and it is the only way we're going to slow down the spread of this coronavirus. Every one of us has someone who is worth staying home for. And I am staying home for Kira Sedgwick. While you're staying home, you need to post a video or a sign like this one saying who you're going to stay home for, and you tag 6 friends so they do the same. And since we're all connected by various degrees, trust me, I know, we can work together to stay home and keep each other safe.
Okay.
That's a beautiful message.
My man, he's doing it. Favorite Kevin Bacon movie of all time? Do you have one? He's got so many movies.
I mean, Footloose, right? You have to say Footloose.
Red McCormick, great role. Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
Celebrities having a birthday today include Bruce Willis. He's now 65 and at higher risk for coronavirus.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother father.
Mm-hmm. Harvey Weinstein is 68 and looks terrible.
Yeah, we're not wishing you a happy birthday. I actually hope it sucks.
Wonder how he's celebrating. Oh,
Yeah.
That's right.
Rikers sounds like a party.
Mm-hmm. Glenn Close turned 73 today, and she will not be ignored. Also, happy birthday to Michelle, turning 34 from Andre and Family. And a happy 11th birthday to Landon Davis. Love you to the moon and back from Mom, Dog Backs, and Fish Ketchup.
Oh, Ketchup the fish.
Oh, okay.
That's
Fish Ketchup. I was like,
adorable.
okay. The fish's name is Ketchup.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm like going, ugh, Fish Ketchup. That sounds disgusting. All right. If you've got a fish named Ketchup and you'd like to get a shout out on the radio for your birthday, you can let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. And we will get that for you. The March Fatness snack bracket is up. We are into round 2 now.
This is a pivotal part of the tournament, Virginia.
Yeah, it is. We're going to be at 16 by tomorrow. So we're at 32 right now left from 64. We've knocked it down once. It goes down to the sweet and salty 16 tomorrow. And then middle of next week, we're going to be down to 8. And then this time next week, we'll find out our Final 4.
I'm testing my patience because I want answers. I want to know who's going to win this thing.
Okay, well, I've got some results right now where we are. Again, we are going to do the eliminations tomorrow morning.
You getting any hate from this bit?
No, people seem to love it.
All right, cool.
People are bored, man. They don't need great content.
I agree.
The bar has been lowered.
Yes.
The candy bar has
gonna
been
be
lowered.
good
Don't tolerate
for
this
us.
stuff now. Now, after coronavirus, we can't do this kind of nonsense. It's just terrible. Come on. March Fatness, the snack going on right now. We got Hostess Chocolate Cupcake beating Snyder's Honey Mustard Pretzels.
Yeah, okay.
By about 30 votes.
Honestly, either one that would take that, I wouldn't be shocked. That's kind of a coin toss.
You love them both.
I really do.
Cheetos is crushing Planters cheese balls. You've got Snickers crushing 100 grand.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy road to the Final Four for Snickers.
Nutter Butter Cookies is crushing the Hostess Apple Hand Pie.
Wow, they made a turnaround from yesterday.
I love the Nutter Butters.
They heard Virginia's plea on the After the Show podcast. Did her plea change the numbers? I don't know. We're going to analyze this.
I plead?
You did.
Oh.
You made a plea yesterday.
It's very effective, Virginia.
I forgot.
Yeah, I was on the podcast. You're talking about Nutter Butters. Really? I remembered it.
Hot Pockets has a solid lead over Hostess Chocolate Ding Dongs.
Hot Pockets. That's a steady one. You might see that in the grade 8.
Nacho flavored Doritos is crushing salt and vinegar laced chips right now.
That's a Final Four pick.
Twix has a healthy lead over Kit Kat. Surprised by that?
A bit surprised.
Healthy lead. It's not insurmountable, but it's healthy. You'd have to get on the Kit Kat bandwagon pretty quick to change that around for tomorrow.
As of right now, that is the story for the second round people are talking about.
Okay. You've got pizza combos losing to Cheez-Its, and by a healthy margin.
Wow, Cheez-Its, man.
People love Cheez-Its, I guess.
People love Cheez-Its. One of my least favorite snacks.
You love combos.
Love combos. I put Cheez-Its in there because they are beloved.
Bagel Bites is beating the Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, let's get Chips Ahoy out of there. Come on, Bagel Bites.
Barbecue Fritos and Funyuns is real tight. 8 votes separates, and Barbecue Fritos in the lead. But that's close.
And whoever wins that round, they're going to have the momentum to take that into the next round. You better don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on either one of those. Whoever wins that snack it, don't sleep on them.
Okay. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups destroying Milky Way. Not even close. You've got Tostino's Pizza Rolls versus the Flips Chocolate Covered Pretzels. The Pizza Rolls winning by a solid margin.
That might be the new story.
That's it, huh?
That might be the new
pizza
story.
rolls are doing great, man.
They are.
Yeah. Little Debbie's Swiss Cake Roll has got a solid lead over the Oatmeal Cream Pie from Little Debbie. How about that?
I don't want to keep saying that's now the story of the tournament, but that's a pretty big deal.
That's now the story. Now, that's not the story.
I know. I get it. All right, calm down, Bird. Look,
Sour-
I'm bored, too.
Sour Cream Pringles crushing potato sticks. Peanut M&Ms and Krispy Kreme glazed donuts only separated by 4 votes with the M&Ms in the lead. 4 votes separate those.
That's a bit shocking.
That's the tightest contest we have right now. And Oreo Cookies is destroying Nature Valley Peanut Butter Granola.
They should.
Yeah.
We give them out for free here at work. That just shows you the value of the Nature Valley.
Mm-hmm.
They can't win the tournament, right?
Yes. Anything you get for free?
Can't win it.
I mean, come on. That cannot win it.
Granola just feels too healthy. I'm not here for
And
it.
the other knock on granola is it's not easy to get out of your teeth. If you eat a granola bar, you got to really kind of it stays in your teeth.
You got to suck and pick.
You got to suck and pick. It's like an almond.
You're right.
And that's gross just to watch somebody. You
It
ever
is.
seen somebody in public just sucking and picking?
Yeah.
Yeah. People were asking how your stomach's doing after knocking down almost 7 Big Macs in 38 minutes yesterday, Jay Bird.
Well, good for me is that I've been to the puppet show. I've seen the strings. It's not my first rodeo. I was fine, to be quite honest with you.
Okay, you doing all right?
I'm doing great. I felt energized today, actually.
Did you blow through half your surplus of toilet paper yesterday?
We were just talking about that.
Dennys is my supply guy right now.
He's running low.
I've been to 5 different stores and there's no toilet paper. Well, I had people over for the Weird and Whatever podcast. I'm thinking, I hope you guys don't have to pee or poop because you might have to go use a leaf.
I can bring you some. You need some too?
Mama, I'd be tickled pink.
How is Denny's supply? Are you depleting all of his?
I'm good right now, but I think if you get me on next Wednesday, we're gonna have to talk.
Well, we're kind of getting some reports from people going into the stores and such. And, a lot of people saying, like, I went to Publix and Trader Joe's in Wellington last evening. Both had no to very low weight, low supplies, but enough. So that was okay. And somebody kind of on Costco, while you're seeing some of the lines, is they're limiting the amount of people that are in the store.
I saw that.
Yeah. So when you go in, the store's actually empty, and it's pretty smart what they're doing.
But, again, do you want to stand in a 2-hour line? I don't have time for that.
I'll tell you what kind of hit me hard is when I found out. I went to Walmart to get some potato pie. And
you went to go get Patty's potato pie?
And they were out of the Patty LaBelle's potato pie. I was crushed, Kevin.
Did you ever eat that Oprah pizza?
I never did, because you talked me out of it because you said it was healthy.
I think it's supposed to be, and then some people are like, well, they've had it. They said it was terrible.
So I had one a while ago. Wasn't impressed with it. This was a new flavor, so I thought. I just the wind's out of my sails. You can't live in a world of Big Mac and then go home in the afternoon and go eating some Oprah pizza that's healthy.
You could, but you're not going to have a healthy existence.
And if you can't find toilet paper, Jay-Bird, Kleenex will work. I saw plenty of Kleenex at Walgreens yesterday.
Well, let me ask Kevin, who's got the privileged butt on the show. Do you endorse a Kleenex for a toilet?
No, I never used a Kleenex.
Yeah, it sounds thin.
It's softer than toilet paper, and it's 2-ply, and you'll be fine. Look, these are trying times. You must adjust. Stop being a diva butt.
When it comes to butt stuff, I trust Kevin, not Virginia.
The most horrifying thing in life is when you get a punch through. You ever done that?
And I feel like Kleenex would give you a punch through.
You can double up.
The worst moments of my life have been on punch throughs.
You're right. That's a weak toilet paper.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, I almost cry.
Hamburger Hands is going to punch through.
Yeah.
Look, I destroy everything that I come in contact with.
Yeah, so tissue's not good for you. Couple of positive shout-outs talking Trader Joe's. I don't know if you've heard this, but they've had a nice little uptick in business because people are like, we're going to run out of everything. So, some of the grocery stores are actually doing very well financially. People are running through supplies like crazy. So what they're doing is they're handing out bonuses to help out their employees.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool. And that's just, it's going to require all of this is if you've got it, pass it on. We're going to need a lot of people to #BeCool.
Because there are going to be people that, do better and have actually a financial windfall in this. And there's going to be people that get completely wiped out and have zero money coming in.
And speaking of wiping out, we can't have people punching through. So we got to make sure that we get people the right toilet paper they need. 2-ply, as you say.
You can double up and make a 2-ply into a 4-ply.
Wow, that's
a 4-ply into an 8-ply.
That's a lot of plies, first of all. What's going on with you?
I don't need an 8-ply, but you're apparently punching through over there, you big pooper.
No, first of all, don't paint me with that brush. I am not a big pooper. Second of all,
you're going to be when you pass those Big Macs.
We're talking about the Kleenex, and I agree with you, Kevin. Tequesta over here, she don't know about the common butt.
All butts are the same.
Thank you, Kevin.
Debatable.
Yes, she's out of touch, clearly.
Another nice shout out here. Somebody said, I want to give my wife and coworkers a little praise. She works for the Palm Beach County Comptroller's Office, and they're keeping the county running, even if they have hundreds of people in their building. They're paying our bills and paying thousands of county employees. So there are so many unsung heroes out there doing some great stuff to try to help everybody through this whole coronavirus insanity. And it's just trying to see where you can give a little bit of help and find out, okay, we're trying to let people know exactly what's open, what's going on, where there is need, and if you want to try to help somebody. And that's why, coming up here in a couple minutes, we've invited in our friends from Busch Wildlife. Now, because of the circumstances that we're under, I think we're at DEFCON 2. They are going to have to remain outside of the building. So if you're like, why did they make them stay outside? We can't have anybody in here in the building. But we got Amy from Busch Wildlife. And you know what's going on right now is they've had to basically shut down. They're still taking in injured animals, which is what Busch Wildlife does. They take in injured animals, they nurse them back to health, and sometimes release them into the wild, but sometimes they just need to stay there. And you can come and see them, but they can't have anybody in right now. And they live off of donations. So because they've had to shut their doors to the public because of the coronavirus, they don't have any money coming in right now, and yet they've still got to take care of these animals and feed them. And so if you've got a passion for animals, we wanted to put this on your radar. how you can donate to Busch Wildlife to kind of help them keep going during the coronavirus crisis.
And Busch Wildlife has been very good to the community.
And to the KVJ show. We've had them in a gazillion times.
But I'm saying on a bigger scale, just the community.
And they do beautiful work over there. And a lot of the animals, Kevin, like you spoke of, they can't be released back into the wild because for whatever reason, these animals can't fend for themselves. They would just immediately become prey. And so they just keep them for life.
Mm-hmm.
Amy and her crew, they bring these animals in and they're like, okay, you're here forever and we're going to take care of you. And that's a beautiful thing.
Well, I mean, I just noticed with my dog Chewy, he's got to have someone, he can't be alone for too long. He's got to have assistance. So, I mean, imagine
like hundreds of Chewies.
Yeah, I know.
That's what Amy takes care of every day at Busch Wildlife.
Yeah.
And they do beautiful work and they really have a great facility.
So we're going to let you know coming up how you can support them. And Amy has brought in an animal for our mystery box.
Ooh.
Virginia's doing it, right?
I don't know. You guys decide. I need one of you do it. I got to stay up here to run the controls.
I'll do it. She just gave me the death look like, Corona, I don't want to touch an animal.
You're going to be able to watch. We're going to have to take this one to Facebook Live, but you can go to the KVJ Show Facebook page, and the video is going to be posted up there, so you'll be able to see the animal in the box. Jaybird sticks his hand in there, sight unseen, and it's how descriptive you can be.
And if you want to come downstairs and heckle me, that's totally cool.
You need to play that Roddy song, The Box. It's huge on TikTok.
Okay.
Huge, Kevin.
Okay.
Don't make this bit annoying.
All right.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, I just want to let you know, one of the great places in our community is Busch Wildlife. They do so much. If you are an animal lover, when animals wind up injured, they wind up at Busch Wildlife. Now, they survive on donations, and that's why we want to let everybody know that during this time of the coronavirus, they've had to shut down to the public where you can't come in to see the animals, but they still need the donations to take care of the animals. So we've got our mystery box going on here today, and we've had to do this downstairs because we're all kind of in half quarantine ourselves. So we have Amy from Busch Wildlife down there, and Jaybird has volunteered to stick his hand into the mystery box today to try to describe the animal that we have in there. Virginia is down there with him. Do we have a bird and do we have an animal ready to go, Virginia?
We do. So they set up the mystery box, and it's kind of weird because nobody's like close to it and watching it. So I'm hoping the animal doesn't get out. Whatever it is, it must be very peaceful or sleeping because nobody's like hovering over the box making sure it doesn't get out.
Okay, so are you trying to tell me, because I'm not looking at it right now, are you trying to tell me this is not a very frisky animal? Is that kind of what's going on?
I guess it's not frisky. Here's Amy from Busch Wildlife. Amy, is it frisky? There's a bite. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. It's not just one.
Oh, so we have several animals in the mystery box right now, Amy.
Yes, you do.
Okay, is there potential that this animal might bite Jaybird?
Oh, yeah, these guys definitely, they nibble. It won't cause real major pain, but don't nibble.
Okay, so it won't take a finger off, but there might be blood.
It's possible. Any chance we can slip one of them a 20 and make them draw blood? We can try. Busch Wildlife will take all donations.
Okay, well, we're going to put Jaybird over there. We're going to have him stick his hand into the mystery box and try to give us some descriptions as we all try to figure out exactly what the animal is. Go ahead and put Jaybird in position. Let's get that hand in there and see how long it takes for the animals to bite him.
All right, here goes the bird. He is taking his hand, putting it into the box, starting to feel around. Bird, tell me.
Oh, I feel something kind of leathery. I think, am I touching it, Dennys? Ugh, are those, okay, it feels like I'm grabbing a big thingy of dirt, but the dirt is moving and crawling.
Oh, my gosh.
A big...
I feel like it's definitely crawling on my hand. There's something of the earth crawling in my damn hand. What the hell is this? What is it?
I'm so glad this is you and not me.
Oh, my gosh. It's crawling a lot. Dennys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how horrific?
It's pretty gross. I'd put that at like a 9.
It's that gross?
For me to be touched. Yeah, Kevin, so basically it feels like dirt that is moving. I don't want to put any pressure down because I'm afraid I'm going to kill something.
Okay, so it's leathery. It feels like you got your hand in dirt. is what you're saying in there.
It also kind of feels like if somebody chopped up a lizard tail and the lizard tails are moving.
Oh, okay. So now it sounded like there were multiple animals in there, and they're in kind of like a dirt type substance. Can you feel just a little bit of what that might be?
Is there a reason why you're asking me 30 questions while my hand's still getting bit by these animals?
Do you feel any kind of pain? Do you feel like they're biting you?
There's activity. They're either biting me or they're humping.
Oh, wow. Suck it up.
Oh, my God. Virginia. Get out of my face, Virginia. There's definitely dirt involved, and there's something crawling.
Okay. All right. So Jaybird has got a dirt and a crawly type animal that is in there. What exactly is it? If you want to take a guess at it, 877-979-WRMF. Any other clues, Jaybird?
Yeah, something's sucking me. Something is sucking me.
Oh, okay.
Complain.
I'm starting to see them. Yes, they're on your hand now. They are on your hand. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, they're very sucky.
Wow. I will let you know that people right now in the chat room are kind of freaking out. So what exactly does Jaybird have crawling all over his hand? What is he putting it in? We'll find out next. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't really know what it is. Jaybird has got his hand in the mystery box here today, provided by Busch Wildlife, and he put his hand down in some kind of like a dirt substance, and those creatures, whatever they were on Jaybird's hand. They looked like they were kind of latching on a little bit. So what exactly do we have there? Jaybird, do you have any idea what you think might be on your hand?
I really don't know what it is, but it feels like something is twerking on my arm.
Okay. All right. So something that he's put his hand in, and they're twerking on his arm. Okay. Let's what's that?
I have a guess, but I don't know if it's right.
Okay. What would you think it is?
It's some type of worm or some kind of pinworm or a mini snake.
Okay. Put Amy on the line here from Busch Wildlife. She's going to be able to identify exactly what that is, and we've got a couple guesses that are going on here. I think I'm kind of with April from Loxahatchee. April, what do you think is actually in the mystery box right now?
I think it's some type of like maggot or like a termite, it looks like maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I don't know anything about this, but it looks like he's fishing around in a box of maggots. Are you there, Amy?
I am here. It is not maggots.
Not maggots.
Jaybird happy.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably a good thing then. Okay, nice try there. Ashley's on from Port St. Lucie. Ashley, what do you think Jaybird's got his hand in there in the mystery box?
I think it's worms.
Worms.
It is worms.
It is worms. Wow. What kind of worms are those? Those aren't like traditional worms.
No. Oh, hell no.
You got worms.
They are mealworms.
Mealworms? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. Mealworms.
Wow. Okay. Very nice.
Bucket.
And what do mealworms do? Where do they fit in the whole chain?
Well, mealworms are like warm, dark places, hiding under rocks and stuff, and they eat decaying material. So leaves and all different kinds of natural vegetation. They help break it down for us, and we use them at the sanctuary actually as food for our animals.
I think that's why they were eating me, because I feel like I'm decaying.
Hey, Amy, do those things eat flesh? Ever human flesh?
They can, yeah. If it's decaying, they'll help with the process, that's for sure.
Wow, very helpful little critters. Very nice. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. And, we wanted to also let people know about Busch Wildlife and the fact that you guys have had to close to the visitors coming in because of what's going on with the coronavirus. But you still need donations. If somebody loves animals, how could they still make a donation to Busch Wildlife?
Well, definitely while everybody's home, keep an eye out. We are in baby season, so there's a lot of people who are actually finding animals in need. And we are still at the sanctuary 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., taking in sick, injured, and orphaned animals. We're also live casting, Facebook Live, all of our education programs. For all the kids who are home and everybody who needs something to continue learning, you can tune in, and we'll be happy to educate you about it. Donations can still come in through our website, buschwildlife.org, and we're all just working together to get through this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Amy, and we always appreciate you coming in.
No, thank you so much for letting us come. Y'all stay safe.
Okay, you too. All right, Wormy Bird, you can come on back up, okay?
We got it. We're coming up.
Okay.
No worms, though. Just us.
Okay, that's probably a good thing. Very nice. Well, it's kind of interesting, some of the information that is coming in about the coronavirus and maybe busting some of the standards that we had thought in the early reports that we had heard about people and the ages of the coronavirus and who exactly it affects. There are some things that I had seen here about millennials appear to be at higher risk of catching coronavirus than anticipated. Possibly because they're ignoring warnings and not doing the social distancing, as we had heard from some of the people that were whooping it up and enjoying spring break.
If I get corona, I get corona.
Well, you might get corona because they're saying that apparently it is actually starting to hit 40% of the patients, they say, who are sick enough to be hospitalized are between 20 and 54.
My sister, I told you, she's on the front lines. She's an ICU nurse in New Orleans, and she has a 40-year-old man with no previous ailments, conditions, respiratory issues. He is intubated, and he is on a ventilator, and he is struggling to live.
Wow.
So
40.
So Virginia's want to make sure that she really.
Well, yeah. I mean, nobody.
What did she say? 40.
Nobody knows why it affects some people bad and some people not so bad. But just because you're young doesn't mean you're immune.
Well, your statement wasn't ominous enough, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
If I get corona, I get corona.
Yeah.
That guy's an ass.
That guy is an ass. He's got such D-bag voice, doesn't he?
He does. Ugh.
I thought this was kind of interesting. On TikTok, there was a 17-year-old girl that went through getting a coronavirus test. Her parents thought that maybe she had been exposed. She said how they do it is they put an electronic device on my finger and they took my temperature. Then they did a throat swab. Now, that part was uncomfortable but not painful. The worst part was they did a deep nose swab, which ended up going down several inches, and that was painful. My eyes were watering quite a bit, and it made me gag.
Yeah, if you go too deep, you'll gag and you'll sneeze.
Right. Yeah, so she tested negative for that, thankfully. But, yeah, I would. That, to me, seems to be the worst part. So it's kind of like you're going through the test. You're like, oh, that's isn't bad at all. Like,
They don't numb it first. Like, I just went to the ear, nose, and throat specialist to make sure I didn't have polyps.
Yeah.
But they kind of numb your nasal cavity with a little spray. They don't numb you before you get this test. You just get the poke.
Can you guys make yourself sneeze? Because I can't. I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but if I put my nose...
I don't think that's a smart thing to do right now.
Well, no, not now.
They're telling you, don't sneeze.
Hey, watch out, man. I can make myself sneeze.
No, I'm not, did I say do it now? I'm asking you just in general. Are you... Never mind. Never mind.
I can't, and I won't.
You don't want to do a sneezing contest, Virginia?
No,
You lose.
That's not panic pants. I wasn't saying that.
I don't want to sneeze.
You can't say anything around here, Kev.
He was only 40.
If I get corona, I get corona.
Ay, ay, ay.
Virginia just can't. I can't handle the wow right now.
I just can't handle the wow.
I can't handle I can't handle the wow.
But Mama, you may be annoying, but you look great. I love that dress.
Thank you.
I do love that dress.
This is from my clothing sponsor, Sunday State Style. Even in these times of coronavirus, we must look cute.
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, here in Clearwater, the beach is still packed with spring breakers.
Fuck, get Corona, get Corona.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I can't.
All right. For anybody who's got a stress level like Virginia does, we got producer Dennys here with another round of the Jokes Jury. Oh, yeah.
I mean, if there was ever a time of laughter and healing, it's now.
No pressure, Dennys, but you better not blow it. We need you.
We don't need a repeat of last week.
During these times of crises, I get it.
Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Danny's job is to make us laugh. We'll give him the rating and let him know if he's cutting it or not. All right, Dennys, what we got here? Joke number 1.
Did you hear James Vanderbeek is hosting a dog show?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's called Dachshunds Creek.
Okay.
Dachshunds Creek. Yes.
He came to play.
Yeah, I like that.
Great start.
Yeah, it is.
Second joke for you guys. What's Carrie Bradshaw's favorite Tom Hanks movie since he got unquarantined?
I don't know. What is it?
Big.
Oh, Mr. Big.
Virginia.
Is the new normal to tell obscure jokes?
I get that one's a little removed. I get it. Try to tie it to Tom Hanks.
Uh-oh.
You went far for it.
We're trying to be topical.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, that's real. I don't even know what that
We know what Dennys does with his topical comedy. Yeah, okay.
Let's see here. Third joke for you guys. Why can't the Land O'Lakes mascot get a date?
The Land O'Lakes mascot get a date? I don't know. Why?
Because she has a butterface.
Okay. Yes.
You know, you got some butter fans here?
Good. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay, that was big. Yeah.
Fourth joke. What do fleas do when they've been kicked off the sheep?
I don't know. What do fleas do when they've been kicked off the sheep?
They live on the lamb.
Right?
Okay.
You get it, okay?
Smart comedy.
Yes.
That's good.
And final joke for you guys. Why didn't the porn star believe his co-host was a psychic?
I don't know. Why didn't he believe his co-host was a psychic?
Because she should have seen it coming.
Okay, yes. All right, there you go. Danny, thank you. Very nice.
In this time of crises.
In this time of crises.
Thank you, Dennys.
Yes.
You give hope
Still bringing
to the hopeless.
Yes, he does. Still bringing the comedy. Very nice. I tell you, these are strange times. That is the one thing with the coronavirus going around. It is just kind of odd when people are doing the self-quarantining and trying to figure out the different things in a society. It's kind of weird. Somebody had posted up, and this is so true. They say, I used to cough to hide a fart. Now I fart to hide a cough. I mean, that's
the new
good.
It's the new normal. Kev.
that's the new normal. I mean, that's just the kind of crazy world we're dealing with.
That is so messed up. Because chances are, people around you, they know you farted and they know you coughed.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you are a public enemy.
And this thing's constantly developing into different. I'm not so sure farts you can't get them from the corona. I'm just making sure.
You can absolutely. I talked to my sister for a long time last night, and you can absolutely get the coronavirus from poo. So if you can get it from poo,
Yeah, you can.
You know what's in farts.
Really?
Are you trying
Poo
to?
particles.
Are you woman-splaining farts to us?
I'm just telling you in case you didn't know.
So this is a medical correlation, Virginia?
I'm correlating farts with poo particles, and you can get the corones from poo.
This is more Virginia stats.
Yeah, I'm like,
and I'm not calling you. I'm just saying the track record isn't great.
I asked my sister about poo last night.
I get it.
but you're saying that you can get. You're saying.
If
to
there's
everybody,
particles in your farts,
you're saying your medical opinion. You're saying that you can get coronavirus from farts.
farticles.
And this is specifically your opinion. You haven't read anywhere because I've not yet seen that.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you really need to stick to the dirt of the day.
I'm running a little hot over here.
You've been running hot all week, Mama. Oh, God. I already called it. I'm waiting for the epic Virginia meltdown. It's a coming.
It's a coming,
And
huh?
I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to do something. It's going to be awful.
It's going to be your fault.
Can I just apologize now and get it over with for when it happens?
Well, things are changing a little bit. I know probably a lot of you. I am. I've got my son Cannon home every single day, and it's been lovely. It is nice, but it does change the dynamic a little bit if you're working now with kids instead of coworkers. One mom has kind of started a thread on Twitter. It's kind of cute for anybody who's kind of dealing with this because you had frustrations with your coworkers. Now you got frustrations with your kids. So what she did on her thread was to take your kid's story, but replace the word kid with the word coworker. And you get things like, yesterday my coworker refused to put on pants, which you could see if you were in the office, that might be kind of odd. Another one said, my coworker stole my Cheez-Its from my bag and stared me down as she ate them. Could you imagine having to take that to
I like this one.
HR?
My coworker keeps trying to steal my computer while shouting, I want to do business. I want to do business.
Kids, man. One other one says, my coworker farted on my hand this morning and probably gave coronavirus, according to Virginia.
According to Dr. Virginia.
Terrible.
Yeah. According to Dr. Virginia, that's how it's spreading these days.
One of my coworkers just bit another coworker because they, quote, thought it would be funny.
It is. One of my coworkers squirted hand sanitizer in another's mouth.
Oh.
All the fun stuff you're dealing with. Somebody said one of my coworkers puked in my lap and I had to go change my pants.
Oh.
See, are you getting as much done working with your kids as you were with coworkers?
It makes you miss your coworkers, and you never thought you would say that.
I wonder. It's an interesting question. It's probably case by case.
Sure.
Yeah.
Depending upon who's more annoying, your kids or your coworkers. Somebody texted in and said, my children are much smarter than my coworkers.
Well, if they're small kids, I think it's going to be tougher. If they're older kids, I think it's easier.
Mm-hmm. Replacing the word kids with coworker. Somebody said my coworker pooped their pants and then ran around the office screaming.
My coworker keeps wearing the same thing to work like every day, and it's an Elsa costume dress.
By the way, that whole coworker pooping their pants and running around, that happened at our last station. I remember the one guy, he put it on the wall?
It's true. It did happen at the last station.
Well, there was a lot of memos about it. I remember I was confused when I got the email chain.
He was trying to run to the bathroom, and he didn't make it, and there was poop on the wall.
But, it was so high up. It was like the guy was 8'10". I don't know how it got there.
Replacing the word kid with coworker. One of my coworkers bit another coworker on their butt because they thought it would be funny. No, I think we just had that one. Someone else wrote on here that I have a coworker that locked me out of the office and then watched from the window as I climbed a ladder and squeezed through the only open window to get back in.
Oh, they locked her out.
Yeah, how productive is it working with your kids at home? Mm-hmm. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes on the KVJ Show, we have got people that are not respecting coronavirus. And if you're with somebody that is not, how do you handle it? We were reading that yesterday. 76% of people in this study were respecting coronavirus and doing the self-quarantine. That means 24% are not. So if you're part of the 76%, how are you relating to the 24% that is just cavalier about it and doesn't care? And what if that person was your boyfriend?
If I get corona, I get corona.
Yeah, that's right.
If I get corona, I get corona.
That's right. If you're dating that guy, do you stay with him or do you dump him?
You
That's
fight
the
him.
question we got next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Seemed to be one of the headlines that I'm kind of paying a little bit of attention to. We had initially thought that really the only people need to worry about coronavirus was those over the age of 65. The rest of us were just being courteous to not spread it to those people. But some of the stats that I'm seeing today says that 40% of the patients who are sick enough to be hospitalized are between the ages of 20 and 54. 20 and 54, and that's 40%. So if you are a Zoomer or millennial and you're going out to the bars and the beaches and all that kind of stuff and not respecting the social distancing, you might wind up getting the coronavirus.
If I get corona, I get corona.
I know a lot of you feel that way, but Suits, his dad is into medicine. He was sending him some journals and things like that. And if you get the corona, you may recover, but there may be some lingering damage that could be done. inside, internally, the lungs and the such.
There's also young people that don't know they have pre-existing conditions, unfortunately, and this is how they're finding out because the corona hits them and then they are in a really, really bad situation and they didn't even realize they had conditions because they're young.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they say about 60% of adults have at least one underlying health condition and 40% have two or more underlying health conditions. And you're right, you may not realize it until you get it.
And it may not be a problem until you get it. And then all of a sudden, it's a massive life-altering problem.
Yesterday on the show, we were talking about this survey. It said 76% of people are respecting the social distancing and doing their part, but 24% are like, nah, forget it. I'm going to go out and do what I do. And, even looking at St. Patty's Day, there were several Flanagan's locations that were packed. Somebody who listens to the KVJ show in Clearwater is saying our beaches are still packed for spring breakers. So there's still a lot of it going on. So what do you do if you're one of these people that say, hey, I'm part of the 76%, but I'm with somebody that is part of the 24?
Oh,
that's kind of tough.
That'd be the time I'd be breaking up.
That's, I guess, the question here for Sarah, because she is dealing with just this. Now, tell me about what is going on here. And this is with your boyfriend. Is that right, Sarah?
Yeah. Hey, guys. I'm really stressed out because he hasn't been taking social distancing seriously at all. I mean, he's just like going to bars and restaurants like nothing's going on. And now that the bars are closing, he's planning a party at our house this weekend.
Oh.
Okay, so now that he can't go out, he's going to bring the party to you. And have you talked to him about how you're not comfortable with this?
Absolutely. I immediately told him, like, that wasn't cool. And he's like, you're being dramatic, and there's nothing to worry about because we're in our 20s. And I told him, like, I'm not okay with that, and I might just skip the party and go hang out with my girlfriends. But the big problem is that they want to attend this party, too. So, yeah, like, I'm stressed out because I don't know what you do when, like, your boyfriend or none of your friends are taking the virus seriously.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if I was you, I'd go get a motel room. I would just say, you know what? I'm going to leave for a few days, and I hope you realize how serious this is when you don't see me for a little bit, and then just go do your thing. Quarantine yourself in a motel room, hotel room for a few days. Be away from him and his terrible decision making.
Oh, motel's kind of creepy. You go there to hide from the corona, you have to get murdered.
You'll get a really good room rate right now on a lot of places because there is such low occupancy. You can go on websites like Hotel Tonight. You can go on hotels.com, Priceline, and probably get a really good deal on a very nice property.
Hotels, I agree with. Man, every motel I've ever been with has been extremely shady.
I always say, buy the most stars you can afford.
I mean,
go for the
It's one of your life tips.
One of my life tips: get the most stars that your budget will allow.
The witch ain't lying, because I've been to some low budget starred motels, and it just reeks of some kind of crime.
You stay away from like Coronas, but then you come home with MRSA.
Yeah, it's something different.
You just can't be around like a bunch of people right now, like in your house drinking and partying. Like that's if you're taking this seriously, that is so stressful and uncool of him.
Well, I think for us, if you're not in this age group, you're looking at them like, oh, they're all so just cavalier and inconsiderate. But imagine if you're in a friend group with, you are somebody that is taking this seriously, and all of your friends and even your boyfriend is not. How do you react to that?
This might be the thing that breaks up your relationship, that breaks up friendships, and I think it's worth it. If they're not going to subscribe to being safe, why do you want them in your life?
Forget Corona, get Corona.
Yeah, right. That's right, man.
If I get Corona, I get Corona.
That's right.
He's got the most punchable voice I've ever heard.
Leave that guy just by himself. Girl, you got better things to do.
So you are observing social distancing, but your boyfriend and your girlfriends are not. And they want to have a house party at your place this weekend. What do you do? Virginia talked about going to a motel or a hotel or whatever you might be able to afford.
Or a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Because you need to get away from him and all the dumb friends that are coming over there that think it's okay to party. You're doing the right thing. You're thinking properly, and he's not. And you can't drag a dummy. You just got to leave him.
Is this Wall Sinicki, you're out?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Right now.
Well, you guys are different people.
You're totally different people, and he's dumb.
Somebody's pointing out, though, that, if you have all these people over and if somebody is infected with coronavirus, they will leave that kindly on your counter. And then when you come back from the motel, then you will pick it up yourself. So
I wouldn't be coming back anytime soon, girl. I just wouldn't.
I guess, that's the problem, though, like, especially now with money tight, how many people can run off or...
Well, hopefully he gets the message when he sees you leave, and then maybe he doesn't have the party at all. You want to send a message and hopefully get to him before the party.
No, he sounds like the kind of guy. Can you believe she's making a big deal about us throwing a party, bruh? I can already hear it.
Yeah, I would pack my stuff and plan on not going back.
Comment in the KVJ TV chat room is great. Said that, Sarah, maybe you should act like you have the coronavirus. And then nobody will want to come over. And then you get to stay in your place, self-quarantine from your douchey boyfriend.
It's not a bad plan.
Yeah.
But also, you're still annoyed with your boyfriend, though, because he's kind of just a jerk.
Yeah, and now you're making up lies, and then you're going to scare all the people that have come in contact with you over the past couple of weeks. I don't know if that's the way to go.
What could go wrong?
This is some messed up world we're in right now, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is just respect. And no matter what your opinions are, because there are definitely people along that scale. I know when this whole thing started, we were asking, where are you on the scale of 1 to 5 when it comes to your panic? And, I've got people that keep asking me, saying, because I said I was at a 1. Like, I'm living my life. I'm fine, but I want to be respectful for, what this virus is. I'm, being diligent, doing what I should be doing, but I'm still at a 1. And they keep telling me, like, oh, did you hear the latest news? I'm like, yeah, I'm still at a 1. But I realize there are people that maybe even in this studio are at a 4 or 5.
And you're also part robot, too, so that does help. Your emotions.
I don't think you are in touch with a lot of feelings a lot of times.
I don't think it has anything to do with feelings.
Well, it protects you.
It doesn't. It doesn't bother. I'm for different reasons.
I don't think that you are.
Not that I'm a feelingless man.
Emotional.
Hold on, she's still insulting you. Don't interrupt her insults.
You may think I'm stupid, and I honestly don't care if you think I'm stupid. But I feel like because I've talked to my sister, and I feel like I've seen the future. I know what's going to be happening to us in 2 weeks because I see what's happening in the emergency rooms, and that's looking into our future. And if you want to pretend like it's not out there, great, go for it.
Okay. And furthermore, Kevin, let me just talk about your eyes really quick.
Well, my question is what if people are doing these social distancing?
Then they're doing the right thing.
And then, we start to choke the virus out and it's not able to spread because people are not connecting. Then what you talk about as the impending future will not be.
Kai Andy 80 in the chat room says, I'm sorry, it's not Kai Andy. Someone in the chat room says, I'm going to worry when Kevin Ralston starts to worry.
Okay, there you go. I feel like I'm going to be good.
I feel like you're concerned, but in a way that's not panicky.
Yeah.
Right?
You just got to go through this calmly and be like, okay, so what do I need to do and what's going on and what will be, will be. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, we're all set different.
I kind of want you to go in on Kevin again.
I don't have the energy. I'm saving myself to fight the corona.
That's right. She's got to keep up her immune system.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, keep that. Make sure you're drinking your water.
Oh, I always do. I mean, this is just a next level of vitamins and water, but I always do.
Kind of an example what we're talking about with the social distancing. They say there's a town in Italy of 3,300 people that's completely stopped its spread of coronavirus with aggressive testing and strategic quarantines. So,
okay, again, though, my question, and I feel like no one really has given me an answer, and maybe someone can. If it's contained and everything seems like the numbers are going down, if people start going back out into society, does that mean we're going to see a second ramp up? Or does that mean since the numbers are low, people can go out living their life again? See what I'm asking?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think we're even close to when it's going to be contained, though. And we can't say how big it's going to get before it gets contained. That's the problem. If we would all shut it down right now, we could actually do a much better job of saving saving more people, but we're not shutting it down.
Are they starting to go out now, or is it still shut down there? They just have lower numbers.
I think it depends upon where you are. And we're watching, where it started.
He's talking
in
about
Asia.
Italy. He's talking
In
about that
Italy.
story that you're saying.
They're still on lockdown.
They're on complete lockdown.
Yeah, they're on lockdown.
And so they've noticed all the numbers go down. Same thing in Wuhan. They shut it down.
And they're still on lockdown as well?
I think they're now starting to go back to work.
So that's what's going to be it. That's what I'm asking.
That is a look into our future.
Holly actually hit us up. She's a KVJ Nationer who is in China. And she said, here in China, it is getting better. Businesses are opening. People are outside. I even see an occasional person not wearing a mask. And it says that I have been in self-isolation for a while, since February. Some of my reflections that you can be thankful for. You speak the language, so you understand what is going on a little more than I did. You imagine having a quarantine in China and you don't necessarily speak the language.
That's scary.
Your internet is not restricted and works fast enough to actually live stream shows. You have options: Hulu, Netflix, Prime Cable. I have basically nothing. I have to watch the little waiting circle every 5 minutes. You have good food in your fridge, radio to listen to if you are tired of TV and the internet, people to talk to in your time zone if you just want to use your voice and are home alone. An abundance of cleaners and disinfectants being used in public places. I think Holly's the one that was telling us, for the most part, where she is in China. I think it's around Wuhan where it all started. They pretty much would use just hot water to clean and thought that that was good. And now they're realizing, no, wait, we actually need something more powerful. And so they don't have a lot of that yet. She said, clean water from the tap. We had a run on water here, not toilet paper. Companies sharing their services, especially for teachers, for free. And the weather there is nice and warm. It's getting warmer here, but it was a little bit cool where she is. So appreciate the little things. It's getting better here in China, but it is taking a little bit of time. So I think patience is going to be key for everybody. So.
Just a little patience.
That's right.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's the Guns N' Roses you never asked for.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha, fighting in the nude. Drunk people pooping in the street. Ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, South Florida was already insane before the coronavirus got to town, and now people are just even crazier. James Chigos is a little stressed out about everything he's heard, and then when he saw the governor saying, hey, we need to shut down bars and restaurants, apparently he took everything very literally. And when he saw an ice cream truck creeping through the lakes of Boca Raton, he became incensed, ran up to the ice cream truck driver and said, you need to get out of here. You're going to spread coronavirus. He swore at the driver. The driver's like, okay, dude. Kept his music on and kept trying to go. But James said, He jumps into the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck driver grabs a tire iron to try to defend himself against James. James rips it out of his hands and pushes him into the wall. It's crazy, huh?
All right, that got a little out of hand.
And now James has been arrested for assault and battery on an ice cream truck driver.
I totally buy ice cream from an ice cream truck if I see one.
I know you do.
Local businesses.
Yeah. Just watch out for James. He might be lurking around in the bushes.
But in the defense of the one guy, ice cream trucks are always a little sketchy.
Yeah.
We had some sketchy ones in Lake Park.
There can be.
Oh, Kevin, you don't even know. My brother,
I've never bought ice cream in Lake Park.
My brother got one. He got one of those ices. He had a toenail in it. A toenail in his icy.
That is nasty.
At Lake Park.
Do they come that way?
Could it have been a fingernail?
No, I remember it was the big talk at the Pennington dinner table.
Yeah.
It was a large yellowish toenail.
And still y'all could eat? I mean, you had an appetite?
That's what they give him instead of that little wooden spoon.
Sad thing is, we still went back to that thing.
Yeah, who's that on?
You're right.
On Tuesday night, good news. The Pembroke Pines police have apprehended the female cow that was on the lam.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
On the move.
That's right. There are a lot of punny headlines written about this cow. It spent the past few months out there eluding authorities. Last week, the department asked the public to be on the lookout for the brown cow, which they say is faster than it looks and a talented fence jumper.
Oh, hard to catch.
Yeah, I think it was around Sheridan Street and I-75. They found the cow and directed it to an enclosed area in Davie there, and thank goodness they've caught the runaway cow. And check this story. A guy in New Mexico stole 2 TVs last week and then turned himself in because he said he was so drunk he didn't even remember stealing them.
Oh, my.
Wow. He only realized it when he woke up the next morning and he noticed that there were 2 TVs in his room. How'd those get there?
Tooth Fairy?
Okay. He was arrested for receiving stolen property.
If you do that, let's say you steal 2 TVs from a store, and then you wake up the next morning and go, oh my gosh, I am so dumb. Why did I do that? And then you bring them back to the store. If you're the manager, do you call the cops? You just kind of let water... If you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would totally not call the cops, but it's because I was so drunk one time. I was at a party and I stole all these CDs from this person's house. And then the next morning I woke up and I had all their CDs in my bag and I was like, what's the matter with me? And I went and put them on their doorstep and I never said anything about it to them.
Okay, yeah, try to take it back.
Why would I do that?
Because you're a maniac.
Well, it just goes to show you. You could be a rogue, drunk, crazy person and then sober up and be like, what have I done?
I mean, what a weird day for the person who owned the CDs. Where are my CDs at?
Oh, they're on my front doorstep.
Oh, they're in a sack in front of my front door. What the hell is going on?
It happened.
Well, if you've stolen something while drunk, anything that you need to confess, we will take those from you. You can even text them to us anonymously right now with a little round of the KVJ Confessional coming up. 877-979-9763. You can get it to us here at the KVJ Show.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Guy in the Whacked Out News got hammered and woke up, found 2 flat screen TVs, didn't realize he had stolen them while hammered. Apparently this happens. Virginia talks about how she went to a party and came back with a stack full of CDs.
I went to a house party and I overserved myself. And I woke up the next morning, looked in my purse, and saw a bunch of CDs. And I was so embarrassed. I just left them on the front doorstep and ran.
It's weird why we turn into kleptomaniacs sometimes when we're drinking.
It is odd.
It's embarrassing because I liked this person. I hope they're not listening.
Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like a dated story at all.
CDs.
I hope they're still around.
Yeah, hopefully 20 years later they can forgive. Well, we got a couple other confessionals that people have texted into us. 877-979-WRMF. Somebody said, I stole 6 left shoes when drunk. And then got a call the next day asking, hey, we're all missing our left shoes. Have you seen them?
Oh, when they were drunk, they thought that was the funniest thing this earth has ever seen. We'll take all the left shoes, man.
The left shoes wound up in the trunk of my car somehow. I then just quietly dropped them off at the front door and scampered away.
You have to. You have to shamefully scamper.
Mm-hmm. One time, my husband and I and a group of our friends went to Rocco's Tacos. We were all drinking a lot. The next morning, we have a fine guacamole bowl.
You took the guac bowl.
And the little plates for the chips. Like the whole set right there on the counter.
Oh, you got a lot of nerves, Nikki. I've seen you take some really nice beer glasses.
I know, but I do bring them back a lot of times.
What?
I do. I brought back 4 of them to Twisted Trunk, and they looked at me like, what is your problem?
Did you bring...
It's called alcohol. She said we didn't even see him leaving with them. We did return them, but it was very mysterious.
You should return them. It'll just clear your conscience and make you feel better. You don't want that hanging on you.
Yeah.
It's karma. I mean, it's just bad juju.
People are going to start getting the coronavirus and returning all the things they've stolen, but then spreading the virus. So you got to do it before you get it. Oh my gosh. Somebody said I stole a puppy from a party because they were going to make him sleep outside. I had 50 irate voicemails the next morning. Yeah, I can imagine. Just swipe somebody's puppy.
You stole their dog?
Wow. How about that? All right, some interesting ones that are coming in here. If you've got a confession for us, 877-979-9763. A confession that probably a lot of you also might be making right now that somebody here on the KVJ Show would like to confess. Who do you think this is? We've changed their voice. But Virginia, listen carefully and then tell me who you think is responsible for this, and who knows, maybe it's you.
I'm not proud of this, but I wasn't prepared for the new normal, and I had to steal toilet paper from work. I'm very ashamed.
That deathly voice said they stole toilet paper from work.
I mean, that was horrifying to listen to.
That was.
Yeah, that really was.
Who's been saying the new normal a lot?
Every news station. It's the new normal,
The new normal. That's one of those words. Can we hang that up?
And I just want to say these are trying times in the new normal. No, some people don't know. It's up and down.
Who is it that has been jacking the radio station's TP? We'll find that out and more of your confessions coming up next. It's probably happening at a lot of workforces with the run on TP that we had. Who on the KVJ Show is in our confessional here today?
I'm not proud of this, but I wasn't prepared for the new normal, and I had to steal toilet paper from work. I'm very ashamed.
Vinny is on here from Lake Worth. Vinny, who do you think has been jacking the radio station TP?
Sticky Fingers Jaybird.
Vinny!
Sticky Fingers.
Well, Sticky Fingers is better than Sticky Butt.
That's true. Yeah, good point there.
No judgment.
Well, because I had people coming over and I didn't have enough toilet paper. I'm thinking, oh man, I can't have people coming over.
Well, you were doing a work bit, so you stole work toilet paper to do an extra work bit that you don't get paid for. I think you're okay.
You, my friend, just became my lawyer.
I think I've been your lawyer. That's sad.
Yeah, I know. It's the best you got.
Could you defend me even though you're not legally a lawyer?
I could defend you to the boss on this one, absolutely, because you were filming a podcast and you were providing extra content for people that are at home and quarantined and just looking for some relief. And you were going to have guests that are also not getting paid for doing it. And if the company is benefiting, you have every right to take TP.
Objection, Your Honor. My lawyer is awesome.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that was good.
I believe our boss would have given you TP if she would have known that was the case.
I love it.
I believe her. I believe she would.
Is a judge do go lighter on somebody that stole something while hammered?
Yes, because I've been that person.
Well, she needs to be Judge Drunky. Yeah.
I would absolutely be cool.
I think it depends on what they did, what they stole. I think the circumstances.
He's right. You can't have like, I stole an ambulance and y'all be cool.
Or I stole charity money.
Right.
Somebody texted in and said after the PGA Beer Bash last year, we ended up at Pizza Girls on PGA, and for some reason, I ended up taking one of their pizza cushions from their front patio chairs.
People steal those cushions all the time, they were telling me.
Yeah, she said, I woke up in the morning and saw it in the hotel room. We brought it back, but not before the owner had called me. They tracked me down because we had called in our pizza order.
We saw your ass take our cushion.
Don't get that call from Jen or Phoebe.
Don't steal if they have your phone number and they watch you steal it. See, that's the bad thing about when you're drunk. You think you're so slick.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how you end up in the whacked out news as well.
Michael said, I woke up one time to a bedroom full of road cones.
Oh.
Yeah. Could see that happening. I don't know what it is. Drunks are very attracted to road cones, street signs, traffic lights, all that kind of stuff. You go to a frat house, they're just littered with them. That's just what they do. There are some other confessions that I saw here. These are always kind of fun. The things that you will confess anonymously. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I finish work at almost midnight, and when I'm having a bad day, I make myself feel better by throwing the empty beer cans out of my car window into the super rich gated community I passed by on the way home.
Take that, Richie.
It is kind of odd. You ever go on Palm Beach and see beer cans just lying in the front yard? Never. No.
Nor would you.
No, you would not. They must have probably like some kind of sensor. There's something on the lawn.
There's trash that's been indicated.
I go right out. Somebody said, I used to call people out of the phone book and pretend to be from KFC offering free chicken if they could cluck on the phone for 1 minute. Very few people refused.
Wow.
See, that was the fun thing when I was growing up. You had a couple things. One, call waiting wasn't as prevalent. And you had phone books that had listed numbers that people would pick up. And prank calling people on a Friday night when we were in junior high was one of the funnest things ever. And I just don't know if kids today have that same joy because you can see what's going on the phone. People don't answer their phones like they used to. Is that still something that kids do, prank calls?
Gosh, we did them so much.
They were so fun.
So many.
We found out our neighbor's number. We did not like our neighbor, and we just called Miss Jackson a lot.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Ooh, she's no longer here.
Oh, she's dead.
I mean, like 40
Bird
years
killed her.
ago. No.
Listen to this, though. This almost happened. You can take an old lady out. Somebody confessed, said, yeah, I had a job at a taxidermy as a teenager, and for a laugh, I'd often steal the stuffed animals and put them in the very dimly lit toilet of the cafe next door. Unfortunately, one day, an old lady went in there and about had a near-fatal heart attack.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, can you imagine, though? You see like a stuffed raccoon sitting on the toilet? Yeah.
Horrifying.
Probably have a heart attack, too. And listen to this. Somebody said, I once had to take the side panel off the bath in a rental property. While I was there, I wrote on the floorboards in a big blood red marker, I will kill again. I didn't say anything, and I put it right back on the thing. I can't wait till one day when they have to replace it again and they open that up.
That's twisted.
How do we know?
It looks like a confession.
I kind of feel like we need to check that text out.
I will kill again.
I will kill again. Okay. We got some twisted minds out there.
That's twisted, but hilarious.
I will kill again. And just subtly put it right back and just go on about your day. Just wait for the chaos to hit later. All right, coming up here in just a bit. If you missed it from earlier, we'll give you the rundown. Round 2 of the March Fatness Snack Bracket.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason? YouTube.com/KVJ Show.
What would you say your diet's been like, Jay-Bird, since people have been self-quarantining?
It's not been great.
No.
I mean, if you want complete honesty. I know this segment's been about confessions. Yeah, a big motivation was for me to fit in that suit for my wedding, and that's been postponed till I don't even know when.
Motivation's just gone, huh?
So I'm kind of on a spring break for food.
Oh, you are? Okay.
If that makes sense.
What have you been snacking on?
I've been just... like, for example, last night, I couldn't sleep, so around 10:30 I had an apple turnover. And it was good, too. It was good. I don't know what to tell you. What?
I'm just looking at you. You're wearing a pizza jacket, so you are a man of the snack.
I am walking
you
a lot.
You live it.
I'm doing a lot of walking. I'm moving
good.
around.
Okay, that's good.
Cutting down on the soda.
Okay.
Yeah. Drinking a little booze again.
There's a Mountain Dew in front of you.
That is not mine.
Whatever.
That's not mine.
That's not mine.
The lies.
I didn't do it.
That's not mine.
I mean, the Corona lies.
It don't fit.
Did you hear Kellogg's is coming out with the caramel flavored Apple Jacks?
I did.
Caramel apple. I think I saw it. I think it's already out.
It's really smart, actually. I'm like, why didn't I do that before?
Yeah, that is smart, but they keep coming out with some dumb cereal flavor. Stop making cotton candy cereal. Doesn't test well.
That drumstick cereal is good.
Oh, it's real good.
So is that Pillsbury cereal, Phillos. They're little pillows filled with like a cream on the inside, cereal on the out.
Ooh.
It's kind of like the outside is like Cinnamon Toast Crunchy, and the inside is the creamy, and it's not a bad cereal.
Fat Kevin, if you are looking to get bad with a cereal, the Oreo cereal is just the cereal to get bad with.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
That's a good way to go.
Cereal lovers, try that Oreo cereal. It's really, really good.
People love the Oreos. In fact, Oreos is crushing it right now in our March Fatness snack bracket. They are whooping up on the Nature Valley peanut butter granola. It is a 150-point lead.
Wow. I'm glad to see the interaction here.
Yeah. That's one of the blowouts. There's a lot of them. The really only close ones that I can see swinging between today and tomorrow, if you go to kvjshow.com, peanut M&Ms is only got a 4-point lead on Krispy Kreme glazed donuts.
I feel like Krispy Kreme is going to lose that.
You do?
I do.
Okay, well, that's 4 votes right now, and it could flip. So if you got, passion in that, go jump on that.
And I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I think you're going to see the peanut M&M. A lot of people love that one, Virginia.
I know.
It makes people feel safe. The donut, it's a little too edgy for a lot of people.
Barbecue Fritos.
And he shut the room down.
Barbecue Fritos only has an 8-vote lead on Funyuns, so that could sway by tomorrow.
Look, Funyuns might be more of your dad's snack. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think they're too hard for your dad.
Well, I think they are too hard for your dad, and that's the problem. That's the problem. And that's why they may not go to the next round.
But barbecue anything, I'm sorry. I'm just not into it. Unless it's real barbecue.
Really?
I don't like barbecue flavored crap.
That's weird.
She's got the worst snack-attitude I've ever seen on a human. Your snack-attitude's terrible.
If you're not going to bring me real barbecue, get the hell out.
This is a woman who has repeatedly bashed Pringles for 10 years publicly on the airwaves.
Not a real chip.
And when Pringles have been doing some of the greatest things in the snack community.
Pringles taste like ass.
That is not true.
That is true.
You got a lot of nards,
I'm just
lady.
telling the truth. You can be mad all you want. This is the truth.
Why don't you go eat some more generic imitation crab meat?
Well, if you'd like to go vote, kvjshow.com. Tomorrow we take it from 32 down to 16.
Not going to be able to sleep tonight.
There might be blood.
Yeah.
There might be.
But there's only about 2 or 3 options, the ones I just named, that are even close enough to really swing. The rest of them, pretty easy and pretty much blowouts.
But tomorrow, there's going to be some conversations to be had about this
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to get much tighter tomorrow.
Right, we're going to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Tell you, this whole coronavirus thing is going to be a lot easier if we are just hashtag be cool and help one another and realize that we're all set differently on our panic levels and how we're approaching it, but be respectful of one another and just try to help everybody along. And then that's the way we can get through this thing as fast as we possibly can. A lot of really positive shout outs I want to give here. Sam in Lake Worth texted in and said, yeah, we need to thank the preschools and the early childhood centers for staying open for the parents who are first responders and nurses and doctors. We are not open out of greed. We're open out of necessity for our students and parents. I want to thank my wonderful staff at my center for continuing to stay positive and provide world-class education and love for the smallest members of our society.
Preschools, you are cool. Preschools, you are cool.
Nice chant, yes.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, Virginia.
That was kind of long.
What are you talking about? Preschools, you are cool? Crushes it. It's great.
Another positive call out to all the teachers reporting today for 3 hours to help students. I know that that's going to be part of it, too, as they're trying to do the online learning. It's going to be starting next week. I know for Palm Beach County, my son is very disappointed to find out that on Tuesday he's going to start learning again.
Oh.
Yes.
Party's over.
Party's over. And then coming up here on Friday, parents who do not have access to a computer at home will go to their child's school to get one. At least I know that's how they're doing it at my son's school. So you show up on Friday, and they'll one per family. You can get a computer so you can do your at-home learning. And I know great places like Xfinity are stepping up and, helping these families get free internet.
Nice.
Yeah, it is really cool stuff. And Scholastic.com is now offering free online courses, something for the kids to check out. And Google's Arts and Culture page has 2,500 museums that you can explore online.
Google's Arts and Culture page. Google. Oh, it's too long. That one's definitely too long.
Definitely too long. Yes.
He just keeps on trying, though.
Yeah, you got to, right?
Kevin said it. We're not really being judged on if this content's good or not.
Yeah, it's true.
It's your time to shine.
Yeah. Other people to call out, there are 2 20-somethings in New York that have been enlisting volunteers to help deliver groceries and medicine to the elderly and other people who can't go out. Maybe an idea you could adopt here. In the first 72 hours, 1,300 people have signed up.
Nice.
And they're calling the group Invisible Hands. You could definitely use something like that around here. So some ideas if you're saying, what can I do with my time? Well, that might be something to do.
That'd be a good name for a magician. Who's playing tonight? Disappearing hands. What do you say, vanishing?
Invisible hands, you dope.
Oh, right.
He just said it.
I know, I forgot it.
Do you ever listen?
I do, actually. It's not to you.
Short-term memory Tom over there.
I think it's his pizza hoodie.
Yeah, you're wearing like double layered hoodies.
And I am having a tough time hearing.
This is a cool thing from the owner of a pizza place in Connecticut. They've been making 2 trips a day to deliver free pizzas to his local hospital.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Power of pizza.
Awesome.
And one of your favorites, Jaybird, the makers of Jameson Whiskey, have donated $500,000 to the U.S. Bartenders Guild to help bartenders get through the crisis.
I love it.
We know people in the service industry are struggling. That's so, like I said, I know there's a lot of concern, but if people like that who have the means and the ability to do so start stepping up and saying, hey, we're going to give a little bit here, everybody can make it through together.
You just gave me a great idea. We periodically send stuff over to St. Mary's for all the nurses and doctors in the ER. I think I'm going to send them all pizzas today from Little Smiles.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
Want me to sign your name on the card?
Well,
Please.
yeah, absolutely. Our hearts are there, too.
Jaybird, let's hear your one note, name that tune song again. Okay. Top guess right now. So are people saying, is that Uptown Funk?
No, but it's not. But it's got kind of the same feel, and it's from the 80s.
Okay, well, that's shocking. We Will Rock You.
No, that's from the 70s.
Billie Eilish, Bad Guy.
No.
Clearly not.
No, but you are... Yeah, you're not close.
Yeah, okay. All
right, well, we'll let it hang out there.
Yeah, nobody could get that. Yeah.
We'll just tell you.
Yeah.
Beat It, Michael Jackson.
I would have guessed about 400 other songs from the 80s. I think first.
Okay, just if you want to write hate emails, just send them to Kevin. I get it.
I'm already writing one now.
I get it. It wasn't good.
I'm halfway through the draft.
There you go.
Who put a nickel in you?
Oh, yeah.
Kevin.
Dear Kevin.
Dear Kevin.
Do I have to write my own hate email to myself?
You should after that.
Dear Jaybird, stop. Just stop radio.
Okay, this is one note, name that tune. They say that you can recognize a song in just one note if it's the right note. Buzz in with your name if you know.
Bird.
Yep.
I'm not crazy. 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 I'm not around. Oh my gosh. Oh.
You all right?
Crazy. I've been around. Oh gosh.
Is he crazy? You're actually
CeeLo Green.
It's technically called Gnarls Barkley's The Group, but crazy's all we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to see you squirm.
Okay.
It's just so dramatic over there. I just have never seen anybody to that level.
He's tired. Now I'll get all the rest of
He
them.
looks worn out, doesn't he?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm too busy reading hate comments from my one note example.
Aw.
They're giving me the business.
Don't read the comments,
Good.
boo. Don't read them.
Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, Jaybird up 1-0 over Virginia. It's best of 3 here.
That beat you, by the way. Just
I
keep
know.
that in mind. That spastic mess.
You were quick.
Okay, one note. Name that tune.
Virginia.
Yep.
Imagine Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Bird.
Damn it. What's the name of the song?
Bird.
Yeah,
Imagine
Bird.
Dragons. Thunder.
Oh, Bird, yeah. That's impressive on Virginia's part, though, that she actually got in that quick, and you had, like, the artist right.
I think you deserve it, right?
Okay.
No,
all
I
right.
think you have to know the title. Kevin said.
It's supposed to be the, but you know what? I mean, hey.
Corona.
Everybody's bending the rules around this Corona time, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to help dumb people right now.
One note, name that tune. This would be the tiebreaker then.
Bird.
Yep.
Backstreet Boys in Bye Bye Bye. Bye Bye Bye.
Virginia.
Bye Bye Bye.
Virginia, if you can get the whole thing right.
NSYNC. Bye bye bye.
Oh, Virginia, you got the whole thing right. I'll give you credit for that.
What did I say?
Backstreet Boys.
Oh, same damn thing. Oh, come
It's
on.
actually not.
Howie D. Is he one of the guys?
Yeah.
Howie D.
Yeah, what band's he in, do you know?
NSYNC. Backstreet? I don't.
In Street?
In Street, am I close? In Sync, he's from.
He is.
Yes. No.
Boy band trivia would not be
Oh
your
my
game.
gosh.
my gosh.
But that we we should play.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be nothing but wrong.
Well, what's different than any other game we play?
Damn, Kevin, you too?
Looking for what's going on in South Florida? Sign up for our KVJ e-blast and stay connected.
Just saw this on Facebook. It's a good quarantine poll question. 9 months from now, are you more likely to be divorced or a new parent?
You can only pick one of those two because both of them would suck for me.
Well, what'd suck is you wind up divorced new parent.
Oh, together. Oh, that'd be awful.
Can you imagine that? Yeah. Things start off
Oh.
great. You get pregnant, and then things go terrible. And then not so much. Yeah, I'll put that up on the KVJ Show Facebook page, and you can go and answer. And if you're watching our Facebook page and you see that your spouse has responded divorced, you might be in trouble. Yeah, I wonder, that's the one thing that they were saying was going on in China, is that they had a bunch of couples that were quarantined together for a long time, couple of months, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they were coming out, and they were shocked at the amount of the couples that were getting divorced now. It's like, that's really kind of crazy, huh?
They're like, that's it. I've had it.
Yeah.
I can't deal with you. And all of this time to reflect has made me realize life is short and I don't want to spend it with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good country song. Life is short and I don't want to spend it with you. I like that, Virginia. Write that down.
Give it to Gibby Darlington. Tell him that's a gift.
Jaber's going to come out of his quarantine with a country album.
I don't hate it, but I think the audience will.
Could be something. They say that Facebook is getting stretched to its limits. That's according to Zuckerberg.
Really?
Yeah, well, I think even a lot of the internet companies are too, because there's so many people that are working from home that they've really never been taxed to this level. And the problem that Facebook has is not only so many people are on there, and there are a lot of really funny memes. There's been a lot of stuff about coronavirus that's on there, but there's also been a ton of misinformation, and they have combined with a bunch of different social media platforms. Really the first time I've ever seen it, to try to unite and put the message out, please stop passing around bad information. Because people are reading this kind of stuff and they're posting things up. They don't know. They see it and like, oh, okay.
Somebody posted an article up from 2014 and they had no idea it was 2014. It was about grocery stores not having something. It's from a different country from like 6 years ago, and people didn't realize it was not from today or yesterday, and they were freaking out. Don't spread fake news.
Yeah, that's it. And, you may think that you're actually helping somebody. I was looking at my Nextdoor page when I woke up today, and one of my neighbors somewhere in the community had posted this. And this is an example. It says, you can save someone with this information. And it's talking about the coronavirus. It says, before it reaches the lungs, it remains in the throat for 4 days. And at this time, the person begins to cough and have throat pains. Now, you're looking at it being like, okay, because it looks medical. It actually looks official. And the person on Nextdoor was saying, please spread this to everybody you know. Get this out to the community. But as I'm reading this, I'm like going, it looks official. But then as I'm reading this one line, I'm like, wait. It says, if he drinks water a lot and gargling with warm water and salt or vinegar eliminates the virus. That's a sentence. Now, does that sound official? Again, as I'm reading, I'm going, wait, if he drinks water a lot and gargling with warm water and salt or vinegar eliminates the virus. That is the sentence.
It sounds like a blog.
Okay. That is somebody who's saying, share this valuable information. I'm like going, I don't know if I'm going to trust somebody that just doesn't get basic English to trust that they're going to know advanced health.
Ay, ay, ay. You're not helping the problem when you pass on that kind of bogus information.
Right. And then the last line says, spread this information because you can save someone with this information. It's written horribly. I'm like, this is what they're dealing with, though.
Bad writing.
Right, terrible writing.
It's everywhere.
But the person that posts that, like, just read it and be like going, okay, do you buy the information in this post just the way it's written? No.
Just because
you lose all credibility.
And just because something is asking you to share this doesn't mean you should.
Yes. That is the tough thing. So, yes, Facebook is really dealing with that. So, again, they keep reminding you that unless you're seeing this from a credible source, the CDC, the World Health Organization, something like that, just don't even buy it. So there you go. Trying to help out Zuckerberg. The guy is stressed. Okay, coming up, we have got the After the Show podcast. Going to keep it going. Just about 10:15, we get that thing going. You can watch it live on YouTube or on demand anytime you want.
I don't know if you're feeling a little frisky today, but you want to go for 2 hours today?
Nope.
He's over there. He's putting on costume heads and dancing around. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's going to burn himself out in about 10 minutes.
He's going to fall asleep in the corner.
Yeah.
I did the great 48, my friends. No burning out here. Damn it. Just trying to keep a little levity around these parts.
Okay, keeping it fun.
Trying to.
Someone is not fazed by the corones.
No,
I love it.
Not saying that. I'm saying we can still have a little fun.
That's right.
Don't worry, you're balancing it out with the panic.
It's 2 against 1. I need all the help I can get over here, Bird. Got to keep you on the positive side. All right, that's what your thought of the day is all about. Hit us with it.
Even though the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it.
Yes, that's true, baby. Humanity.
Yes.
Right, strength, yeah.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/KVJ Show.